Testing. Does it work? Ah, perfect. Okay, let's go over yesterday's charts and what happened. So yesterday we had a nice clean move up, but we're still actually in this. We didn't do much, so we're still not out of that ranging part. We're still going from left to right, and this is something you do have to be aware of at this point. Now, I do have a few things to mention. Most stocks and coming stuff will go up in the coming months. We just had the banks lower the interest rate on lending money. That means that the dollar index is going down, and that means that people are actually having cheap prices to borrow money. That means that they can have more blah, 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 blah. That wasn't great English. That means that they have more I can't even say it. Into assets that have a little bit more risk. Oh, let me put it like this. I couldn't pronounce the word. Speculative? No. That has more volatile. Oh, okay, let me put it like that. It's maybe easier to say. So this is what I'm aware of right now. So they are actually making it easier for rich people to borrow money, or for people that have assets. So they are gonna put it into something that creates a new asset again for them, and that's what I'm just got informed by yesterday. So it looks like the market will definitely keep going up as long as the dollar index is going down. That means that money is cheaper to borrow, and that actually we haven't been this low since for a very, very, very long time. So just that you know, so the market will tend to keep moving up, but as long as we're in this sideways movement, make sure that you know what you're doing. We did have a huge move yesterday. We had about a 700-point move up, so that's about 3%. So I hope some of you took some profits off of this one. We went up. I wanted to take a short yesterday, but the market just kept going up. So we never came to my entry. Now, so what a few that already were on longs. I hope you guys took it at least to that high of this opening. Because at open, we just flushed through it and we actually took the most highs. So what did we do actually? We came back to that 7-8 level. So what did I say? We made a break of structure yesterday, right here. So at open, we actually made that break of structure, but we never came back to this level. So this was actually a full level retracement. Reason why we came from a break of structure right here. Not that low, of course, that's one. And this would be a retest off of it. And if you watch, we came back to that 7-8 level. We flushed further down. That was the first one. Second one was this movement then. We made a new break of structure. So we have to take it from the tops back to the lows. So we came above that 7-8 level. We struggled a little bit about this level. And now we are continuing slowly further up. So if we take out this high, that means that we have a full change in character back to the upside. Again, if we take out this structural high, that means that we have a full change in character back to the upside. That means that we are not, I repeat, we are not moving lower. For that, we will have a little bit more of patience, of course, before we can say that for sure. We're open and we will see what the market does today. If the market comes back down, we can see it come all the way back to this low to make a new break of structure, of course. But we are actually at the best position now to get shorts. If we should change hands and go lower, this is the area. If we don't, then we continue to move up. We're gonna take out the structures high, and we're gonna continue to bottom high. So there is only two options right here: or the structure will change, shift down, and continue lower, or we will continue up. If we take out this high, and we will continue to go a lot higher. So I believe that was very clear for everybody. So two options: or we have a shift down right here, or we will have a continuation to the upside for a nice amount of time. For now. So what am I waiting for? So I went into a small short just earlier because we had a shift, structure movement, we had a fair value gap, so we are still trading into this 5 minutes down movement fair value gap. So but I'm going to be a bit patient right now and see. I got stopped at break even, so I took a small partial off of it and got stopped back at break even. So I want to see now, what do we do? Do we take out the structures high or do we continue lower? So this is now the main thing that I'm being patient for. If you take out this structure high, that would be Asia that we take out. But we're sitting here, so it could mean that we are potentially being patient until we take out our structures high again and then continue lower, if we want to continue that direction. Before now, the market is moving up. Of course, everybody can see the market is definitely moving in one direction. But any nice retracement would be a nice entry for us to continue along off of it. We only take shorts right now if we see a huge candle body downwards with a 15-minute FEG inside somewhere that we can follow along the tracements to the downside. Good morning, Beaumont. Good morning, Arjun. Yeah, I got break even at that short. I put in my stop too fast, back to break even. That short is still potentially good right now. It still has a possibility that we keep going lower at this point. So that fair value gap never got closed out on a 5-minute base, so we never actually closed out this high. I should just be a bit more patient and put my stop still here. That's all. Because in movements, if we want to watch, so if we came down to this for 5-minute fair value gap, if we continue lower right here, that means that this actually, that structure holds. We had, excuse me, we came down into for 5 minutes and we are now looking to continue. The only reason why I took this short is actually because of the bigger time frame. We have the last position right here. We took out all liquidity except of the highs. If we take out this high, we'll just continue up higher. That's just the reason why I wanted to take this short. Just because of main structure movements back to 7-8 level, and this is the last point of resistance. We will see what happens. If this goes down, we will. If this has a nice candle body somewhere, we will have an extra 5 minutes for value gap somewhere that we can enter two off. So just being patient for that next 5 minutes for value gap to create with that structure shift. And now we will see the movement. If we go down right here, we can see a movement all the way, definitely to this level. This would be the main idea that the market can come to, because we have an open left for value gap that hardly got tapped right here, but we still have a void. So this would be the main idea. I hope you took it yesterday to that opening gap, Arjun, because that was a very nice, profitable trade that you were in yesterday. How have you been, Bilmans? Happy for you that you took it that way. Nice. Congrats. So for everybody in here, tomorrow I'm online an hour early. I'm gonna be off an hour earlier too. I need to be somewhere. Just that everybody knows. I did not yet watch. Do we have news today? Let me take a look. We do not have news in the morning session, so we're good to go. We do have some red folders at 10:45 p.m. and at Jolt's Chop opening, but there is no time frame on that one. It should be after 3:40 p.m. Let's take a look what ES is doing right now. So ES has a bit the same. This looks like a shift of structure. If we create like a 5 minute in here, ES did take out the high one more time, so this looks not great. So if we could tap that one in 5 minute for value gap, that would be actually a nice short indication to take out this structure's low and then come back up to the highs. Yeah, this goes down right now on ES. I would, aim for at least this low. Yeah, sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It doesn't always work pre-order, but if you know a little bit about liquidity, you can actually manage that very quickly. Very good. Happy that it works out perfectly. The market is just stalling a bit right here. Just a very round number, so this is a high end. Yeah, people do take profits as a full round number, so. Okay. So let's see, what can we do here? If we create a 15-minute FVG somewhere, I'm gonna short the market down back. This was expected, so. Yeah, if anybody doesn't understand why I wanted to short this, it's just because we had a break of structure right here. I'm gonna repeat that one more time so everybody knows. And this was actually the full retest of it. So this was the last part of resisting. So this is point of interest. If we don't go down here, we're just gonna go changing character fully back to the upside. Then we just made a break of structure of the high. So just take your Fib tool if you want to know where exactly that lays. Go down to the lowest point, and anything above that 7-8 level is actually the last part of resistance so that we have. But this was the move from here all the way down. So this internal state is no break of structure. This doesn't count. So this is the break because this was the last move down, and this is the new break. So you have to count it from all the way up here, all the way down. Make sure that you do this correctly. That's very important. More close to the, oh, let me take a look. Let me take the 9 o'clock for a second. Yeah, it's still in this internal structure right now, so I don't want to see it close. If it closes below here, we're good to go. So if it closes down here, we're good to go down. Because on a 15-minute base, look, I'm going to explain exactly what I see now. So on this 15-minute base, we did not make a structure yet downward. So in this 15 minutes, we're still trading inside this 15-minute value gap right here. We need to break this low, and now we had a full movement back to the downside. We got about a minute and a half in this 15-minute candle, so this does need to keep pushing downwards. If this does in the next minute go down and it breaks that low, what I just shown on the chart, this one, if it breaks that low, we definitely move it low. Now we're going to take out this trend line liquidity, out of it, everything actually. So we're going to take out this liquidity right here that's been building up. So that's why I'm aiming for this low actually to get hit. If we have a bit more strength downwards, we could take out this structure too because we have an hourly fair value gap on this level, I believe, right here. So we could come back to tap this to continue higher. So the next 30 seconds, if we see a drop and it stakes out this low, we're definitely going to this liquidity. The next one, that's 25,100. But if you're an org trader, just let it ride, this thing. So if you see this kind of formation and we don't take out a low, the market is actually building up liquidity right now. So we do want to see that continuation rather fast if we want to continue to the downside. Oh, okay, we were close to the downside and failed today, and now I'm going in the direction. Also, because of news, yeah, for me, normally I just want to short because of we are actually at the last point of that resistance. So I would love to see the market actually flush through here and take out some liquidity before continuing. So if somebody is not yet into silver, like dude, that was a nice retracement we made fully without tapping that for value gap. So I want to see if you are not in silver yet. This is the last point that we could or retrace all the way back down to like 50. Yeah, we could go back to 57, 56. So this is the last resort point, or are we gonna continue back to the highs, or we gonna just continue lower? So keep it in mind right here. It's a crucial point. This does look like the market wants to continue lower. So once we taken out this structure, we made it a full shift, and we definitely are continuing that direction. We do have a 15-minute then right here. So if we can get that tap of that 15-minute, I'm gonna definitely take a short down. If we take out this structure first, we have like a closed body below it. We have a retest into this 15-minute for value gap. I'm gonna take a short off of it. We will see, we still have another 8 minutes until this 15-minute closes. So we do not yet have a for value gap, so be patient. So my idea that we were going down is correct. I just had to be a bit more patient to move my stop. Again. We are with 8 in the stream. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, if you're already in the channel for a while, then you already know my style and how I trade. If you're new, ask questions so I can help. You're here to learn, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Or just for the community, of course, you're always welcome too. So I'm being patient until we get that 15-minute for value gap that we are slowly creating right now. And if we can get a tap, I want to take a short off of it. And if we don't get a retest of that 15-minute for value gap, I am not going to take that short. So I'm going to be patient until we do get that tap. So I want to see the market move to make a change, retrace into this gap, and then continue lower. So we have another 6 minutes before actually that fair value gap creates, and until then, we have patience. So we've got 5 more minutes in this hourly too. So we did take out some liquidity. Now I do want to see that hourly continue to the downside. So if we watch that hourly right now. So we just taken out some internal liquidity of 2 hours of liquidity right here. 1, 2. We taken it, and now I do want to see this continue down. I don't want to see the next 4 minutes this candle come all the way back up to that 50-minute value gap. That would look like the market wants to continue higher. So candles give a story, and they actually tell you a little bit more of how the market reacts and what it should do. The bigger the candles, the more displacement and actually movement in a certain direction, the more you can have confidence that the market is continuing in a certain direction too. So same for this one. If this one continues and it moves as far as it can go, that means that we have a nice 50-minute, and then it can retrace back into it to continue. Enter at 26.12. That's a good entry. Yeah, oh, you're gonna have a very nice trade down, Arjun. The market will retrace back into your stop. So it's one or the other. But that's a very clean trade that you have right there. We have a 15-minute fair value gap almost creating between it. So if the market doesn't, if the market wants to continue lower, your stop should not be hit. So here we took that internal liquidity. I do want to see this now continue lower the next minute. We got open in about 2 more minutes. Again, if we hit this 15-minute value gap in just a minute 30, and we stay around this area, I'm gonna take a short from here that to the downside. So that would look like this. This would be the short then. Will be placed in 50 seconds, so that will be on 25,000. And stops is the high. If you want to take it a little bit more secure, you can put it at 24,024. I'll just keep it at this one, at 27. It's only 3 points, so it's not that much. I do prefer that this one would close outside the structure. But you cannot always have everything, so The limit order is placed. We do have the fair value gap, so we will see. This trade looks good. I got tapped. I got in a short. I do want to see it drop down in the next 3 minutes, but we'll see what happens. I was okay with this trade. Looks good. I am trading against the major trend, so that's the only thing that I don't like about it. Yeah, I'm in a short. I just got triggered in. Maybe I need to mark this on a different color. If I'm incorrect and this moves up and takes out that structure, I'm okay with it. So we tapped that. I'm gonna put my stop also at the wicks high of that tap. So I don't want to see it come back because I am trading against the major trends. I don't want to be the one that gets stopped just as easy. So stops are at entry exactly at 26,000. The exact round number actually is my stop right now. The reason why I move my stop is because if we tap this, we should not come back. We should just keep flushing. If we do tap it, there is a huge possibility that we go back up. So I don't want to be part of it then. Now that was my entry, so I got just stopped. See if I was correct by doing this. So first of all, I'm gonna journal my trade. So make sure that you do journal it. If you left your stop, that's fine too. You choose always how you trade yourself, of course. I prefer if we trade against the major trends that I just put my stop very fast to break even. That's just how I like to trade. If I'm behind the charts, if I'm not behind the charts, I just let my trade do its thing. So journaling. Stop at entry. Got tapped. That's market. Good trade. No shift. Okay. When did we get in this trade? I got in this trade at 10 and 10:03 about. So it's very important for everybody that you do log all of your trades that you are into so that you know exactly what's going on in your trading sessions, what you're doing correctly, what you could do better. So that you learn from yourself and do go over them, do them. If the market does continue without me, I'm still okay with it. So it doesn't matter how you trade. It does matter that you keep repeating the process over and over again. Even though the market now continues to flush down, the only reason why I didn't like it was we didn't take out this structure slow and stayed below it with that candle. So this is why I put my stop fast to break even. Second of all, the trend is still upwards, so we're trading against the major trend. So be a bit more careful then too. For the rest, this still looks good if your stop is still at a high. Gonna leave it open. We'll see if this continues. I still need an end screenshot, so. Yeah, I have a Discord, my friend. I'm trying to be more active. In that Discord too. Oh. Let me give you an invite so that you can actually join. Just makes it easier. Let me take a look if I can find an invite for you. Okay, here we are. Nice one, Arjun. Yeah, your stop was a little bit higher than mine. I should have still been in it too. It was just because we didn't take out our lowest structure. I didn't want to stay into it too long. In it. That's all. If this one was broken, if a candle was below this, I had full confidence that the market was going to move this way. But these three candles did not show us yet that we broke this value gap. Nonetheless, if this goes correctly, will take an end screen and say what I had to do. So I shared a link of my Discord. You can just join. Mid. Say hi to the group. That would be nice, and then I can give you a little upgrade. If you're new to the group, I'm John, and I've been trading for 5 years plus, so almost 6 right now. Damn, time goes fast. And yes, this is my full-time income. But I have not been so active the last month in trading. I'm learning a new skill, except of trading. And like everybody knows, a new skill takes time to develop. It's same like trading. It also takes time to develop a thick skin to be okay by every outcome. That's the most important thing. If you're a trader and you're new to trading, make sure that you're okay with any outcome that comes, because this will actually be sure that you are profitable, or get off a whole lot faster profitable. Arjun, for you, I do want to make sure if we hit this level, that's 25,951, there is a small possibility that we have some POI right here. So, but for the rest, it looks like it wants to take out that 25,900 and even go to that hourly for value gap that's still open. Because this shift up, we didn't retest yet. I'll put in my notes that I had to wait another 5 minutes before putting my stop to break even. So putting in the notes. So we're still hanging. So we're definitely creating liquidity right now. So I don't got the feeling that the market immediately wants to plummet down right now. That's very normal too after a 700 point move up that the market is a little bit slower that day. They moved like 700 points yesterday, so that's not a bit above average. Let me say it like that. You moved your. Do you have any particular reason why you moved your stop up, Arjun? I would have left it. If we take out this high structure, we're taking everything out. It's our favorite mascot. Says hello. Not the fastest market right now. Definitely very slow movement. Emily, did you enter this or did you not get tapped in on this 15 minute? I'm not sure if it's the same high. Yeah, that's exactly the same high. I hope you took it on a wick that you got tapped into this one. Because on the yes, this looks very clean. So structure changed, retest off of it, and then a continuation. This looks very clean. Let's see if we can get an extra entry somewhere. It does look like the market still wants to continue lower. So if we find another entry, I'll take one. Now I'm sure that the market will continue to that liquidity I was aiming for. Good decision to short the market. Not a good decision that I moved my stop too fast. So I'm a very transparent trader. I show everything that I do. I do log everything too, so if you're on my Discord, you can just watch my journal. I got an average of 52 to 62% of win rate. Oh, it's still on the screen. Just gonna hit it in a minute. So it's that kind of fair value gap that actually. So why? Is because we have a 15-minute left open right here, and there is liquidity under this two structural highs. But if we start flushing, we could all immediately come to this low. But this is the most common area that I would take a look to take something off, maybe this area right here. If we hit it. So that area would be between 25,051 and 25,948. My main idea is actually that we take out this low. That would be almost Asia. Asia is actually here, but that's still another 40 points more. I would recommend definitely to take something off at that 25,900 level. That's a 100-point move with only like, how many points of stop did you have? 18 point. That's a 5R. That's definitely a decent trade for you. That's even more than, that's more than a 5R. Remember that we can only execute the entries and manage the trades, but we cannot forecast the outcome. So trading is not predicting the market, it's following the market. Because we don't have news, we should normally just continue further. We don't have anything until 2 p.m., so that's only a yellow folder. We should be good. We just created a 5-minute fair value gap between it. I want to see it get tapped and then flush further down. So we have a 5-minute right here. So we made a clean movement to the downside now. So we have a 5-minute structure. for value gap right here. So if this is the new breakout structure of this 5-minute internal liquidity, so we made a structure, shift to the downside again. So that would be a retest off of it, and then I want to see continuation. I prefer not to see it come back to this 5-minute right here. But if we would take that FIP2, that would definitely be an accurate entry still. Just looks like it still wants to go down right now. Nice. Happy for you, Emily. Again, not the fastest market today. If you're still in short, I would take a partial at 25,960 if we hit that again, and then let the rest ride down. So if this is the move up, and this is a full retracement of this last move, then this candle's body actually would be a TP, where you took actually a partial. This is how I look at the markets. The reason why I do take partials is it's good that you actually take the profit and make sure that you can gain the money back or take the profits and be okay with it. But do make sure if you do take profits that afterwards, if you get stopped, that you don't jump into a trade again. Be patient until the same movement comes back and like you actually predicted it or the way your trade plan actually works, and let it do its thing again. It will re-come back over and over and over and over again. Never chase the market, let the market come to you. That's way easier to trade. You do miss sometimes a trade, like yesterday we had a huge opportunity right here and it never came back to my entry. So we started in this region somewhere and I wanted to see it hit this level down here, 25,023. I wanted to take a long off of it to these highs and we actually never came back. And that can happen too. But if you are trading on a retest based, the probability is that you have less entries than if you immediately jump into it. The good thing is that you have less stops. You have more chance the market continues in your direction. If you don't have that patience and you want to jump straight into a jump, be okay with it that the market can come back all the way to close to your stop and then continue the movement in your direction. But this still looks good, so if this continues, this will flush straight to here. So this is the last part of resisting that we have right here, last 60 point. So on this level, we got some resistance. 3 reasons. 1, we have a void right here. This is the full retest of this body, of this movement. And the third one is we did not yet have a full break of structure to the downside on a higher time frame. Lower time frames are doing it right now. And no, Dr. Wu, I did not get another trade. I'm just watching. If I wanted to get into it, I would have wanted it to enter it on this 5 minute right here. That would be my target if I wanted to enter it again one more time. Stops at this high then instead of here, and then continue lower. Because this 5 minute right here was too low to actually, for me to enter it. It was below 50 level, and I don't enter anything below that 50 level. But that's a good question that you asked. Give me a second, guys. Ik had een auto dan achter mama gezet en niet doen. Yeah, there was somebody at the door. Let's take a look first. Kan Bula level more met leren. Almost 2 hours in stream and we only moved 60 points now. Not the fastest market today. So if you're in this trade, if you're still in that trade, I would just put your stop at a wicks high. 26,010, that would be the perfect stop position. Just above that entry and then let this trade do its thing. Everybody knows me already. In 2 hours time, I always get off screen. I never take more than 2 hours screen time after in the road. It's not good for the mental health. So if you're new to trading, make sure that you do not stay longer than 2 hours behind those screens. It is, if you want to do this for a long, long time, you do need to be able to stop looking at that screen. idea was fully correct. Nonetheless, happy with the mark overview again. Same from yesterday, actually. So this was internal. If you look at this like liquidity, so this was internal liquidity that we just taken out. There's a lot of stops down here. Same for this region. So this is why we are actually holding this part. But now in the next 5 minutes, I do want to see that push further down. That would be amazing to see. Then I'm definitely sure that we hit that 25,900 level. Now I'm not fully confident about it because we're just sitting here. We're not moving an inch. We're just making liquidity on both sides. Even the 15 minutes did not do a lot. It just stopped actually. So you saw the candles, they moved rather nicely. We even had a nice wick rejection off of some levels. And now this candle actually stopped. We had a small jump up and now the market is just sitting here. So I do want to see that continuation rather fast than just sitting here. So the market wants to continue in a direction. It normally does it rather smoothly. So that's just the good thing about if you're not behind the charts, you don't see the candles move, so you don't think about it, you just let it go. That's way easier than sitting behind it. So I would recommend any new trader actually, once you are in a trade, just put your TP and your stop somewhere where it should be, not just anywhere. Really nicely located so that you know why you put it in. You can repeat that process, of course, and then just be done with it. Let the market do its thing without you. It's doing it always without us, anyways. So about 10 more minutes, I'm getting off. If anybody has a question, you can still ask. That would be a great time. Let's see if ES is still slowly moving that direction. ES is still slowly moving lower, so that still looks okay at this point. Nothing's changed. Nasdaq is just one that is a little bit more volatile and likes more spikes moving up and down. I have a question. Is there any way to trade the 4 hour and hold overnight? What platform would you be available for this? Yes, you can, but you cannot trade that on a platform. You have to trade it with real money. Emily. Or we can try it, or we can start trading crypto in this on the live streams instead of Nasdaq, where you can actually hold overnight. If you would prefer me to trade a little bit more crypto, let me know. This way you can hold overnight. Do you have prop firms that does it? I have actually no idea. I don't believe they do. But is there an option? Please no crypto. Yeah, I agree. I like it too, to hold them sometimes longer. It's easier. I personally do not know any prop firms that does, but I see that Arjun just answered. If that is a prop firm, share it in Discord, Arjun, if you want to. Share the website in Discord so that anybody can find it. If you have the website of that one, just share it. Yeah, if you're trading crypto, you don't need. Please don't ever trade a prop firm on crypto. That would be not smart at all. If you want to trade crypto, just take the money that you would put in a prop firm and trade with it. You can just take like a dollar trade even, so you can build up to it just as fast, even faster, because every money that you make is yours immediately. So as soon as you can get rid of the prop firm accounts, I would recommend to do so too. If you don't need it, I would recommend to not do it. Prop firms are not a prop firm is a business, people. So if you believe that it's easy to make money on a prop firm, it's not. It's way easier to make money with real funds than it is actually on a prop firm, because every trade you take on a prop firm is still not real money that you trade. Once you are trading with real funds constantly over and over again, every trade that goes correctly is also real money that you made. It gives you a lot, it gives your self boost a lot more strength and confidence too. So we got 3 more minutes in this hourly. That would look nice if this one keeps pushing down right now. We keep getting hit on that 25,960 level. We keep getting rejected off of it. That's now the third time that we got to that level and got rejected. If you want to trade, Emily, with real funds, you can also trade. You already know actually how to trade, so you can just trade with real funds also if you want to. I would recommend to take the Flemish part then, and that's Lynx, it's called. So it's a Belgian broker actually. If you do subscribe, use my code. I would appreciate it. Yeah, I do get the referral code from that one, so. That's what I would do if I would want to hold my trades overnight. I would use a real broker actually. So in about 1 more minute, we have that close of that hourly. Let's see what this brings. This hourly does look nicely to go to the downside. I'm gonna be off very soon, so I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, a drink, and I'll be back in a minute. If I do see something, we will take it. Otherwise, I'll be off for this stream. So here's that hourly open. Let's see what it brings. Send me a DM, Emily. I'll send you the details for links on how to set it up. So, anybody that enjoyed the stream today, I would appreciate that you press that button up. This helps actually the algorithm share my channel to multiple people. That's always much appreciated. If you're not subscribed yet, you can also subscribe. That is also an appreciation. I wish you all a very great trading session. If you're still in this trade, I would still let it ride down. At this point, it didn't do much. We're still at that same level, not much movement in the last half hour. I would definitely put your stop at break even if the market does wants to go up higher again. But if we watch that hourly, it definitely looks like it wants to still drop. So we had a falling fingered candle. We had a little bit of a break right here. So this looked like it still wants liquidity, and the only liquidity that I actually see is this one. There ain't much liquidity in between. The 4 hour, on the other hand, does not yet look like it wants to go down. So on a higher time frame, this is the last hourly in that 4 hour. I would have wanted to see it drop faster. It did not. So on that hourly, it does not yet, excuse me, on that 4 hourly, it did not yet look like it was to go down. Same on the 6 hourly, we just closed candle, so nothing happened actually. Okay, thank you all for being here. I wish you all a very great trading session in London. I'll see you all back tomorrow. Tomorrow is 1 hour earlier that I'm doing the trading session, so that you all know. See you back tomorrow morning. Have a great